Well, hello everybody, Kyle Edward here from This Is Drive, and today we're going to do a little bit of a different video here. We're going to give you a up close and personal look at the 2019 Chevrolet Silverado LT with the new 4-cylinder engine. So first we're going to walk around the exterior of the vehicle, talk about it, look at it, talk about a few changes. We're going to hop on the interior, we're going to go over a full inside overview, and then we're going to give it a drive and then give you guys some final thoughts. So without further ado, let's get started. Now for 2019, the Chevrolet Silverado gets quite a nice new makeover, including some exterior updates, which we're about to go over, as well as interior updates and changes, plus a few new engine upgrades and options as well. But first off, I mean, just looking at the exterior, you can see they have updated a little bit. We have a little bit of a more boxy design. We can especially see that being apparent in the rear end here. We also have Chevrolet spelled across the back. Now, right here, we're looking at the LT version, pretty standard truck that you would probably see a lot of people leasing, very common one for them. We have back here the electronic gate release, which is nice. It's very light as well. Bed liner, of course, complete with the Chevy logo in the back. But yeah, very sturdy, lots of space, of course, for whatever your needs may be with this truck. But again, the gate here, very easy to lift close, very light. We have a few different camera options here. So we have a camera, then we also have the backup sort of sonar as well, so you can see how close you are getting to an object. Of course, we have our trailer hookups down there as well. Some nice indentations here, right? So we can get in the bed easily with our shoe, stick it right in there, easily reach into the bed and get whatever we need. We have, of course, the 4x4, which is signified there with the logo on the rear tail bed portion. We have here, the standard wheels for this truck. Again, very common. This is going to be the truck that you're going to see, a lot on the road. A lot of people will be, driving this version. It's a very common. But it looks very good. You can really start to see the changes on the exterior right up front. We have the new headlight design, new grille design as well. Some updates. I think it looks very good, very aggressive, especially in some of the optional trim packages like the Z71 off-road package. Looks super good. Trail Boss as well. Now, as you can see, here we have the 3 main headlights there at the top. We have this right here is actually going to be our daytime running light. This becomes the daytime running light right here. And then down here as well are some nice accents. But yeah, as you guys can see, it's a very good looking truck, very rugged, very sturdy, and I think ultimately it's personal preference, but I would say the Chevy Silverado, the Ford F-150, and the Ram are probably the best, the best looking trucks out there on the market today. Then we also right here have, of course, the LEDs right for the mirror. You want to shine those out, you can. And this is the shorter crew. This is not the crew cab. It's a little bit of the shorter one, as you can see by the door here, a little bit less space, but still, plenty of room. These seats do fold up, which is fantastic, as they should, and they do in other ones as well, as far as brands. So they have that. Of course, keyless entry right here, so you can press to lock and press to unlock all the way around, which is great. They didn't just do it on the driver's and passenger side, but again, they did it on the rear doors as well, which is a nice touch. Materials on the inside, not bad for the base level here. I do see, again, some plastic touches here, but as to be expected. They do add a little bit of stitching. The door handle is a nice size to grab onto, for sure. Very easy to access the lock and unlock buttons. This trim right here looks decent. I think it will wear well. This as well. I think a lot of the materials inside have obviously been made so that they're going to last a long time. A standard GMC controls, nothing special to see there. We do have the leather package and the 3-seat version here. So this center console can actually fold up into the middle to make 3 seats in the front and 3 in the back. Notice the seats, to be very comfortable and supportive. GM always has done a good job with that for sure. Right here, we have our trailer sport mode controls, 4-wheel drive controls. We have bed lights, of course, and the various, exterior lighting control as well is right there. Now, this right here, this housing pretty good, you know. And again, this is going to be the same house you're going to see as well on some of the upgraded ones. So this truck right now is about $49,000 as it sits, and then of course as we get upgraded, you know, some of the materials again at the higher levels won't be quite as up to par as, you know, on some of the competitors. This is the you know, keyless, right, push to start it up just right there. But yeah, as far as the design aspect goes on the inside, I think it looks good. I have, you know, always enjoyed the flat front dash here, as well as, you know, this center console right here being very flat and flush makes it very easy to read and to use. Also, I have two boxes up front for some storage space. So I have that one, and then of course this one down there. Air vent right there. The plasticky dashboard, you know, it's pretty plastic filled. We do have a little stitching right here, but then again, this is hard plastic. Is nice to see storage, lots of storage up here, you know. So if you want to have, you know, your phone or tools or whatever you might use that for, it's a great spot. Coming over here, we have General Motors updated multimedia system complete with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You do have the trailering package on this vehicle, so you can actually go through a whole different scan right with this, which is great. So if you do a lot of towing, good feature. The screen is very responsive, as you can see just right there. Super responsive screen, which is very good. You know, we have various climate settings. You can adjust it within this screen as well, or down here with the buttons and knobs. But yeah, I think what we have done here on this system is we have went ahead and made it very easy to use, as well as very responsive, which are, you know, some of the two most important things that people actually still struggle with, is that, you know, making it easy to use for people and responsive. Not a problem here. Navigation would be here if we had it option. Right now we just have the OnStar navigation, which is not the same as the onboard navigation. We do have some apps, so you know, when you have your phone connected and when the internet is active through OnStars, you can see right here we're getting a connection. We can go ahead and, you know, check the weather. Very convenient. And again, also read some of the news as well with that app. Yeah, that's in a nutshell what that looks like right there. And yeah, it's, you know, again, very good system. It's very easy to use. Definitely a good one for sure. Again, volume controls right here. Lots of plastic. Doesn't feel that good. The buttons feel pretty cheap, to be quite honest with you. But yeah. Then right here again we have the auto mode sync, so we do have dual zone, right? So if you want to, you know, passenger wants to be at 71 and you want to be at 74, we can make that happen. Coming down here we have, as I was talking about, the distance reverse sensing system there, the park assist, so you can toggle that on and off. Heated seat buttons right here. Auto stop start on and off. We can obviously open the bed. Blinkers. Traction control right here. We have a fully functioning outlet, which can be turned on by that. And one of my favorite features, you can roll all the windows down with one touch of this button. So a feature that I have been baffled that hasn't been introduced in cars a long time ago. Super convenient. So yeah, that is a great feature. Now I just have to roll up all the windows manually. You cannot actually press that button to roll them all up, unfortunately. So then, right here, as we, you know, put it in drive, it's done by that right there, standard. Then we come over here to the gauges. As you can see, you know, pretty standard gauges. I would have liked to see a little bit more design in there. GM's always been pretty basic with their stuff. Again, it gets the job done, but it's nothing super great to look at. Steering wheel, really like the newly designed steering wheel. It's done in a nice soft leather. We have also our blinker controls here, windshield wipers on that side right there. Cruise control functions, heated steering wheel, as well as this right here, which will toggle this menu right here. You can go through, of course, your various trip settings, your fuel range, oil life, all that good stuff. And then there's also the home, which will show various functions in that settings. Go through the music, navigation, phone, setup. So yeah, pretty standard, pretty simple system. But you know, again, very responsive as we click through the menus, which is a very important feature, I feel like. Yeah, sounds very good. But yeah, the steering wheel here, as you can see, the nice design has Chevy logo right here. You can hold it in three different points right down there. You can also do the standard 10 and 2. Very good. Then on here, of course, we have the standard lockout, gear lockout. So if we want to use that function when we're towing or what have you, that is not a problem. But hey, right, without further ado, let's hit the road and see how it drives. So right now we're in here in the Silverado's all-new 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, and let me tell you, this thing moves. Okay, there is oh man, this thing really is not afraid to rev and go for it. It's really only slightly less quick from 0 to 60 than the largest 6.2 liter V8 engine. I believe somewhere around 0.4 to 0.6 seconds slower to 60, so hardly a difference there at all. Now, when GM had introduced this new engine, obviously, you know, hey, 4 cylinders in a full-size pickup truck turbocharged, what are they thinking? But what they ended up doing is creating such a long, flat torque curve that it's just fantastic. You get so much torque all throughout the RPM band. And what that allows us to do is just have a very good, strong driving experience the entire time. Now, of course, you know, if you're looking to do some serious heavy-duty towing, this is probably not the engine for you. However, if you are looking to use your truck as sort of, you know, a light-duty, full-size pickup truck, I know a lot of you do that, you know, do a little bit of light weekend towing, but still want fuel economy from your truck, then this is fantastic for you. Now, what we're getting here, I've been getting about 24 to 25 miles to go on the highway. Now, I have crawled close to 26, you know, so I've gone about 65 miles per hour, which is very good in a full-size pickup truck like the Silverado 1500 that we're in here today. City fuel economy is not bad either. You know, it's slightly improved from before. But what I think here is really the key to this 4-cylinder turbocharged engine is just the amount of driving pleasure and how nice it is to drive versus some of the older, you know, V6 engines that we had before. Again, that torque just really allows us to have a lot of fun with the engine, and it really, you know, is very responsive. We're connected here to the 8-speed automatic transmission, which before, you know, we had thought it was a little bit clunky, a little bit slow shift in their 8-cylinder engine, but here it just, they feel perfectly mated together between that torque that we get from the 4-cylinder and just with how many different gear ratios that we're getting in the 8-speed. They're able to really combine nicely and do some very good things together. So yeah, overall, I mean, the Silverado drives very good, and we'll say that, you know, Chevy has always done an excellent job with their powertrains, and this is definitely not an exception. I would not let the 4-cylinder shy you away at all. In fact, I would run towards it with open arms and embrace it. Now, as far as, you know, driving and quiet on the road, this truck is very quiet inside the cabin. They did a good job with creating, you know, a very nice serene environment in here. They added a lot of soundproofing again to make it very quiet in here. Even, you know, as you're driving through the city, you know, it's a very relaxed place to be. Now, as far as handling goes, you know, it is a full-size pickup truck, but, you know, nevertheless, we have noticed it to be, you know, very capable. I'm here in Northern California, so we had time to really take it out on the roads and, you know, give it a run for its money. The steering is responsive. You can always tell where the wheels are. The back end, of course, follows pretty well together. Nice, stable platform, right? There's not too much body roll, surprisingly, from this vehicle. So obviously, you know, a very good driving truck as it should be, because, you know, I mean, hey, let's face it, Chevy, Ford, and Ram, those are the 3 main guys in the pickup truck game, so they better do it right, and they have. But yeah, all things considered, on this new 4-cylinder engine, I would say that it is an excellent lineup, and they have done some really good things here, and, you know, definitely give it a shot if you ever can. Take it for a spin yourself and see what I'm talking about. All things considered, the 2019 Chevrolet Silverado has received a nice update from the Chevrolet brand. Not only does it have a refreshed exterior and interior as well, but we have some fantastic new powertrain options, which I have, of course, talked about in this video. Now, for full details on the powertrain, the new 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, please check the description below, and you can look at all of the horsepower and torque information plus towing on this truck. Well, that's all we have for you guys today. Hope you've enjoyed my review on the 2019 Chevrolet Silverado.